Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 48th World, where we do soap opera reviews, reality shows, shopping hauls, just reviews on pretty much anything I wanted to do a review on. But today we're going to be talking about The Young and the Restless. Yes, a soap opera. Get with it, okay? It aired on Wednesday, which was May 25th, 2016, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Giving you a little summary background of today's episode, we have Phyllis reconnects with Jack while emotions run high between Victor and Adam. Then we have a newcomer that's making her debut today. Her name is Chriselle Status or something like that. She plays the part of Bethany Bryant. She's a new character, y'all. Looking out for her. Okay, let's recap from last episode. First, we have Adam going over with Chelsea their escape plan because he feels there's just no way he's going to be found innocent of these current charges. Then we have Chelsea say we need to run for it. So they're trying to be on the run, guys, but it ain't going to work out. But anyway, let's get right on into it. We start with a reporter that's there. Because the story done broke that Victor's son, one of his children, Adam Newman, is charged with homicide and the death of Constance Bingham. He hits the front page, guys. So you got this little reporter that looked like she just started her job and she's anxious about getting a scoop on the story and getting her a good byline here and there. You know how that reporter job goes. And Victoria looks at her like, okay, because pretty much the reporter is good at what she's doing, probably within the realms of trying to make someone feel guilty. So she kind of like guilted her in a little 15-minute talk about just how business flows at Newman Enterprises, and with her being the CEO while her dad's in prison, things are still going good. They're solidified, this, that, and the other, but she's not going to talk about her brother Adam. So it is what it is. Then we go to Dr. Gates and Michael and Victor. Okay, we have Victor. He's talking about to Dr. Gates about his visit with Michael, and he hit his hand again, and she said, I'm tired of you now. You need to go with the other hand and punch the wall with that, but this right hand ain't gonna be taking too much more damage, or you're gonna be injuring some real muscles and cells and vessels up in there. And she said, so enough with injuring yourself when you get mad at your son or whatever that's being told. Are you blaming it on Adam? So Victor kind of gets the picture, but Victor don't listen to nobody but himself, honey. Woo! Okay, we go to Phyllis. Phyllis is remembering her time with Billy in the park, and then her phone rings while she's in bed with Jack, because they don't have their little tryst or whatever you call it, and she sees that it is from Billy. She don't answer it. But that phone wakes up Jack. And Jack's asking her, who's that? And this, that, and that. She said, oh, nothing. It's just about a politician trying to do this, that, and the other. And, he says, okay. But then the phone rings again. And then Jack pretty much, he answers it. He starts talking like political with it. And, it's really Ashley, and Ashley is wanting to meet with Phyllis. So we go from there. Billy scene, we go to him. He's leaving a message for Phyllis, wondering where she is, why she's not picking up, and he's leaving a message that he's waiting on her to come by. He set up this nice spread for her, this, that, and the other. And before he can hang up the phone, his sister Ashley is walking in behind him. But she's just coming over to see her brother, to see if she can help him with the fragrances that he's pretty much had tried to come see her about a couple of weeks earlier. But as she comes in the house and sits her little self on the sofa, she sees that Billy has a very nice spread, and it's geared to a woman. So she's basically trying to figure out what is going on and who is coming over. We go to a commercial. We come back from that commercial. We have Adam and Chelsea. Adam says that they need to run. Chelsea says they won't be able to come back to Genoa City at all. Is he really sure that's what he wants to do? And then he goes on to say, you know, is that something you want to do? Because I can live with it. You know, I was gone for a while anyway from y'all clowns. But now that I have you, I have my son, I have my life back, I don't want to, you know, leave y'all behind. So they go into that place that made each other, that's on their wedding bands now and forever. So they're pretty much solidified that they're going to take this run and try to be together, then stay there, and they be separated from each other. So we go to Victoria and the reporter again. Victoria's explaining to the reporter, who looks like she's gotten her face stuck in, gotten her, you know how they say a deer got herself caught up in the headlights when he comes fast approaching a car or whatnot. And a deer caught up in headlights is what they call it. And then she's not going to give that reporter an interview till next year, because she pretty much kind of stalled it off. She gave her like a 5-minute little brief synopsis of what she thought she probably would want, but it's not really what she needed to get her scoop, or be, you know, that reporter that got that byline report and he hit the front page with some more shenanigans. And she just told her, hey, I'll give you an extensive report, but you have to come back next week. Just lying all up in that lady's face. And then she just told her to check with her assistant, and she'll make an appointment for you next week, and you come back and we can discuss how I'm doing at running the Newman Enterprise, so you can make that big your big scoop. And she's like, oh, you know, you can tell them like they fresh out of journalism school, and they just want to be scooped up and want to do this, that, and that. And evidently she goes directly where Victoria tells her to go, which is set up an appointment. But then she calls prior to her getting there, letting her know, hey, that reporter that's coming down to see you, please book her in next year's schedule. I mean, that's a little joke, like, get rid of her, in other words. And she also tells her assistant that she's going to leave the office for a while because she has to go see her brother, Adam. So that's what she pretty much does. Then we go to Ashley and Billy. Billy wants Ashley to get off his back about getting back with Victoria. He's really not interested in getting back with her. She then goes on and give him a kiss, and she goes bye-bye, because basically, you know, he done stood firm in his truth that she don't want him back. He's not going to keep pining for her. He's moving on. So give up the ghost that we're going to get back together, because it's not going to happen. We go over to Phyllis and Jack. Phyllis is going over with Jack about the call. There was a political candidate figure that wanted her opinion on this, that, and the other. Then Phyllis, you know, phone rings again. Jack answers it. He finds out that it's his sister Ashley. Ashley interrupts him, you know, through his little spiel of trying to get her off the phone real quick. And she just said, tell Phyllis I need to talk with her. So she gets on the phone. She listens in code of pretty much meeting and having a lunch date with Ashley to talk over Billy's shenanigans. Okay, we get to that scene. We have Ashley and Phyllis at the park. Evidently, they don't turn some of this park into a little quaint little dinner thing, or lunch where you can be enjoying yourself eating or whatnot, but you'll be on the outside looking at the environment and the world itself go by. Ashley is explaining to Phyllis, she's trying to enlist Phyllis' help to basically see if she has anything on her brother about who he's seeing, who he's been dating, this, all these personal kind of questions. And the only reason why she's asking Phyllis, like she was telling Phyllis, is because y'all have been hanging pretty tight together. Y'all have this like unspoken bond, and you know, y'all just been in y'all been acting like brothers and sisters in a sense where he's telling you everything and he's not telling me anything, and I just want to see what's going on. Meaning Ashley just being nosy as hell, needed to stay out of her little brother's relationships, personal as well as business. Ashley's telling Phyllis that she just left Billy's house and he has an elegant but elaborate spread or lunch for this special lady that's coming out to meet him. And she's looking like, oh, I wonder who that is. Could that be me? And you know, she's kind of looking like she's smiling about it, like, that might be me. I need to go and see this, but she knows to stay away, because that's like danger, danger. But then we leave that situation. We go to Dr. Gates and Victor. Dr. Gates is telling Victor she is going to find a way to get him out of jail. And that was like music to Victor's ears. He like, honey, gonna make it happen, make it rain, make it rain. But anyway, we go to Billy and Victoria. Victoria has gone on over to Adam's house, and she's trying to figure out what is this mess he don't got himself into again. They got him looking like he is a killer, a cutthroat person, a murderer, done poisoned an old lady and this, that, and that. And pretty much she like, you done got our family and our company tied up in another scandal. Boy, what are you thinking? What are you doing? And of course he's trying to give his plea to her. And she's not really too much buying it, but she knows he's not a murderer. And she knows he did not have anything to do with killing Constance Bingham. And, you know, he's pretty much saying, stop busting up my chops. You know, Dad is behind this, that, and the other. And she kind of sees the point, because he has been doing a lot of undercover stuff and reaching way further than he should be reaching by him being in prison. So she pretty much just goes on and be telling him, you know, we really got to get this thing solidified. We got to have this family united front. Daddy want us to crumble. And as she's saying her last words to him, Chelsea comes down the stairs with a big old suitcase. And then, of course, you know, that just puts Victoria in the tailspin. And in her mind, she's thinking like, oh, no, you cannot go on the run. This is not, you know, this is basically what she's saying. And she's like, this is not going to happen. You ain't finna go add more fire to the flame, honey. No, no, no. So we go to a commercial. We come back. We're on Billy and Jack. Billy runs into Phyllis and Jack with the room key that he's noticing that's in Jack's hand at the athletic club. So he's asking them, what's going on? Why y'all here? And he's looking at her especially because he know he left her a message. And then she goes on and said, me and my husband got to spend some time together. We've been neglecting one another and we need to spend some one-on-one time. So, you know, of course that hurt Billy's feelings, and he looking at her like she crazy. But then, you know, she goes on about her business and she gonna go get ready upstairs, you know, I guess for their little twist, their romp they're gonna have in the hay and all this kind of stuff. But then, you know, she goes on upstairs and pretty much, Jack is telling Billy that, hey, you need to get your shit together. You don't need to lean on my wife, you know, anymore with your shenanigans. We're trying to get our stuff together, and we're committed to each other. So you need to go on and do what you got to do, but stay away from my wife in a nice, nasty way. But Billy knew where he was going with it, and he pretty much gets ready to leave when Ashley comes in the door. She wants to talk to her brother. So, her other brother, which is Billy, he goes on over there to the bar, just temporarily. And then once he see them seated and they're getting into not an argument, but what do you call it? A meeting about him. He goes around the corner and starts peeping at them. But what he's basically doing is peeping to see how much time he would have to go up to Jack's room. So we leave there. We go to Victoria, Chelsea, and Alan. Victoria tells her to unpack those bags before he gets into more trouble. Victoria tells Adam to stay and fight this issue out. Adam leaves and goes and sees Victor in jail. Of course, both of them were pretty much saying, nah, don't go see Daddy. Don't go see your daddy. That's gonna, you know, flames the it's gonna put more fire on those flames that's already engulfing us as we speak. But he don't listen. He said, I'm finna go talk to my daddy because I know he doing this mess to me. So anyway, we leave there. We go to Phyllis and Billy. Phyllis is getting ready for Jack and that little romp in the hay again when Billy walks into her room. Of course, she's thinking it's Jack, but when she turns around, she sees Billy and she's like, oh my Lord. We go to commercial. We come back. We're on Billy and Phyllis. Billy is talking to Phyllis about them. She's nervous. She's, you know, out of sync. You know, she's feeling probably horny for him and all this other stuff. And she's thinking Jack's gonna come up here and catch them in this awkward position, and then he's gonna go way in the deep end saying we're fooling around behind his back, this, that, and the other. And Billy is pleading with her saying, you know what we said to each other in the park, you know you were all up on me, you were feeling me, and you need to just make a change. Give them a try, meaning give him a try with her and see how happy she's going to be. But anyway, Jack, and we go back from that situation, we leave and go to Jack and Ashley. Jack is telling her that he has a little peace and comfort, and he just wants to be in tune with his wife and possibly them making a family. You know, he just had too much going on, a lot of shenanigans with Billy. He's just tired, Phyllis tired. And we just need to let him grow up, Ashley. You need to stop, playing mother hen, okay? Please. And so she's kind of seeing what Jack is saying. So they pretty much agree to disagree, but they both agree to leave and let Billy live his own life. Okay, we leave that situation. We go to Victoria and Chelsea. Chelsea tells her to cut the crap. What is the real reason why she's here? She goes on to say she needs Adam's expertise to fight their dad. Excuse me, to fight their dad. And pretty much Adam is the mirror image of Victor with all his antics and how he thinks so methodically. And that's what she needs. Then we leave that situation, we go to Adam and Victor. Adam is still trying to get his dad, y'all. I'm like, when and where and why are you going to stop? Well, I should say, when are you going to stop harassing Victor? Because he's not going to give you anything that you're looking for, at least not at this time anyway. But anyway, he wants his dad to admit to setting him up. Victor asks Adam, how does it feel to have no one listening to you? Adam starts to get mad. He starts to leave, and Victor tells him to sit down. Of course, when Victor rants and raves, you tend to get scared a little bit, and then you just go on and listen to him and hope the bite is just not that fierce. So we go to commercial. We come back. We're still on Adam and Victor. Adam is going through his whatnots. No, he's not like Victoria's and Nicholas. And Adam just sits there quietly. Okay, then, Victor goes in and say, hey, you remember when you was on that little farm in that little town you was in? I came and visited you for the very first time, and how I played soccer with you in the middle of the big kitchen area in our farmhouse. You remember how proud I was of you when you went to the Howard Business School, one of the top ranking schools in the world, or in their little fictitious world, and how I brought you here and gave you all the opportunities and advantages to work for a multi-billion-dollar organization. I'm not understanding why you feel that I would be able to do all what you're saying that I've done to you. So, they both get tired, they're exhausted, so Adam just go on and leave. And then behind him, I tell you, if it ain't Victor and Nick and No and Brooke Logan on Bold and the Beautiful, they know they can cry at a drop of a hat. Do you hear me? Oh, that was something else, unless he had some Vaseline and he put it in his eyes, and then, the tears started rolling when we got back to a chance to looking at him. But anyway, we leave that situation. We go to Victoria and Chelsea. Chelsea is defending her husband to Victoria. Victoria gets tired of waiting on Adam, because evidently in our time it's just a couple of minutes. But in their time turns into hours. Hours turns into weeks, months, whatever. But anyway, she gets tired of waiting on Adam, and she tells she tells Chelsea to just stay in town, fight your battles, and we will be on his side to fight back against Dad if he's actually doing this. And then she leaves. Okay, excuse me. We go to Phyllis and Billy. Phyllis is asking Billy to leave. He tells Phyllis he can't leave without her. Phyllis is asking, how can it work? How can it work, Billy? Their love life, they're trying to be with one another when, it'll be a scandal in their family once again. She'll hurt Jack real bad. And, is it worth it? Billy is asking her to acknowledge her feelings regarding him. And she really wants to be with Billy. And that's all he's asking. So he leaves after that. Billy comes on downstairs and he talks to Ashley and Jack. His ears are burning about what they could be discussing about him. And have they got the verdict so he can hear it, or how they're going to continue to mess in his life, this, that, and the other. So, of course, Jack just says he ain't got nothing to do with it. He can live his life. Ashley goes on to say, we're through. Whatever you want to do, Billy, don't kill yourself, though, but do what you want to do. So, we go to commercial. We come back. We have Phyllis and Jack. Jack has come into the room to be with his wife, and they make love till the cows come home or whatnot. And Phyllis runs. She runs, rushing right into Jack's arms. And Jack's trying to figure out where all this is coming from. Why so emotional, this, that, and the other. And Phyllis tells Jack to forget the past. Focus on the here and now. And pretty much, let's make love. Let's not be asking all these questions. You know, of course, you know she's horny. She's horny for, what's his name? Billy. But she got to take all her frustrations out and passion on her husband. Isn't that weird, y'all? Look how that go. But anyway, we go to Billy and Bethany. Billy don't call himself sitting up there having a drink at the athletic club. And somehow he bumps into, or the waitress bumps into Billy at the bar. And then they just start having idle conversation amongst them two. And then basically she's trying to tell Billy she had a crush on him, this, that, and the other. Billy finally remembers where they knew each other from. It's a business he had. He ended up selling the company. She ended up losing her job, and da-da-dee-da-da-da. There we are. Bethany is the newcomer to Genoa City. And I guess they're going to be playing a love interest for them too, to kind of make Phyllis upset again, or just be exposed to that she's the woman Billy pretty much has been seeing all along, which is going to cause definitely a rip in the family and forge enemies and stuff of that nature. But we move from there. We go to Victoria. Victoria's gotten back to her office. She picks up her tablet and she reads the story that this lady that came out and saw her initially, the reporter, on Victoria being a very good CEO of Victor's company. She's doing it and it's running very well without him, and it may be a new era. So she kind of pretty much gave her props with that short but firm interview that she put in the paper or online for the news for people to partake of. So hopefully she'll give her another shot and have her come back in. We go to Dr. Gates and Victor. Victor's a master manipulator. He's telling Dr. Gates, Adam, spilling tea on Adam, and I don't believe it. I just can't believe it. Victor is just so cruel at times. But anyway, he goes and tells Dr. Gates that in actuality, his son is basically guilty of the crime that they are saying he did commit. He's 100% proof. He has 100% proof that Adam did kill Constance Bingham, and he's pretty much just trying to stay out of it, and that's why he's in jail, because he's holding all these secrets and this, that, and that. And Dr. Gates said, no, I'm not going to let you take the fall for that. That's something you're not going to cop to, but I am going to help you get out of jail. So it is what it is there on that situation. The last and final scene, Adam finally comes back home, talks to Chelsea, and he goes in to tell her, no, baby, we got to sit here and we got to fight. We can't run. That's not a life that I want for you. That's not a life that I want for us, and definitely not a life for Connor. We cannot be riding in no car. We can't be, he needs to have his space, and we just won't have it, just being on the run all the time, looking over our shoulders. So she's kind of relieved, because she didn't want to go nowhere herself. She just didn't want to tell him she didn't want to go nowhere. But if push came to shove, yes, she would be up in that car. But I'm glad Adam is sitting there and trying to fight. I don't know, y'all. Maybe he blacked out at the time and he killed her by mistake, or I don't know. Maybe he'll get some memories of it and we can see that it was in actuality a mistake. Or who knows? Sage could have killed that lady and tried to blame it on Adam because she knew that he was the father of her child. I don't know. That's what my spider senses are telling me. But anyway, that's where I am with that soap opera for today that I leave you with. And I'm hoping you enjoyed it. But again, that was Young and the Restless, that aired on today, Wednesday, May 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to narrating again for you all the soaps. This particular one I said just got finished with was Young and the Restless, and it aired at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I will be back again tomorrow, God willing, giving you play-by-play and blow-by-blow or more interesting and exciting scenes from the Young and the Restless. Alright guys, y'all take care, be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.